Today we explain all kinds of lust, the hidden cravings that shape our choices from power to perfection to fame itself. Let's not waste time overthinking desire, we dive right in.
Sexual lust, the most familiar desire. Let's start with what comes to mind when most people hear the word lust. Sexual desire. Think of the last time you felt a strong attraction towards someone. It's a magnetic pull, an overwhelming urge that can dominate your thoughts and make you act in ways you normally wouldn't. Sexual lust is primal, wired deep into our biology. It's what drives romantic encounters, flings, and sometimes even love. But here's the catch. Sexual lust can blur your judgment, turning passion into obsession if it's unchecked. The real question is, how often is it love we're chasing, and how often is it simply lust in disguise? Emotional lust, when desire goes deeper.
So lust is basically our brain's pop-up ad system. Loud, flashy, impossible to ignore. It tricks people into thinking they found true love, when really it's just biology hitting the gas pedal. Whole empires, bad marriages, and at least half of pop music exist because humans keep confusing the two.
Sexual attraction isn't the only kind of lust that plays tricks on us. Emotional lust is the desire for a deep, intimate connection, but it's not necessarily love. Imagine the yearning to feel connected, to belong, to be wanted emotionally. You might find yourself falling into relationships quickly, not because of love, but because of a craving for emotional validation. It's not always obvious, but sometimes we mistake this need for closeness with true affection. We chase emotional highs, those deep, intimate conversations that make us feel seen and understood, often confusing it with long-lasting connection. Power lust, the desire for control.
Emotional lust is basically the plot twist nobody sees coming. Less about bodies, more about craving that finally someone gets me vibe. It's like binge watching late night heart to hearts and mistaking them for a lifetime contract. Honestly, it's just dopamine in a trench coat pretending to be everlasting love, and people fall for it every time.
Let's shift gears to something more intangible. Power. Think of a time when you craved control, whether over a situation or even another person. Power lust is the desire to dominate, to be in charge, to have influence. It's seductive because power can give you the illusion of security and control over your life. But here's the twist. The more power you get, the more you want. Think about historical figures or even personal experiences where someone sought control to the detriment of others. Power lust can blind you to the needs of others, focusing only on your own gain.
It's actually really funny. Power lust is like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. People chase it thinking it'll give them security, but it usually ends with paranoia and drama. From emperors to office managers hoarding the Wi-Fi password, the pattern's the same. Control feels addictive, but it's never enough, and someone always pays the price.
Spiritual lust, the search for superiority. Imagine the pursuit of enlightenment not for growth, but for the sake of feeling spiritually superior. Spiritual lust is less about connecting with something greater and more about elevating yourself above others. It's the desire to be seen as holier than thou. You might recognize this in people who flaunt their moral or spiritual beliefs, not for self-improvement, but to assert their moral high ground. This form of lust is sneaky. It can cloak itself in noble intentions, but at its core, it's about ego, about feeling more awakened or virtuous than others. Food lust, more than just hunger. Have you ever craved food so badly that even when you're full, you keep eating? That's food lust, or gluttony. But it's not about sustenance, it's about pleasure. Think about the feeling of devouring a decadent dessert or indulging in a large meal. It's not just about feeding your body, it's about satisfying a deeper craving. Food lust goes beyond hunger, turning the act of eating into an emotional or sensory experience. The downside? Overindulgence can lead to guilt, dissatisfaction, and ironically, a hunger that can never truly be satisfied. Fame lust, the hunger for recognition. We live in a world where everyone seems to be chasing their 15 minutes of fame. Fame lust is the desire to be known, to be recognized, to be remembered. It's the pull that drives influencers, actors, and even ordinary people to seek out the spotlight. But here's the thing, fame can be intoxicating. The more attention you get, the more you crave. The problem? Fame, like many other desires, is fleeting. One moment you're at the top, and the next you're forgotten, leaving you chasing more attention, more recognition, more fame. Knowledge lust, craving intellectual superiority.
Fame lust is basically clout with a caffeine addiction. Loud, jittery, and impossible to satisfy. One viral hit feels like winning the lottery, but then the algorithm ghosts you and suddenly you're yesterday's news. Ancient kings carved their names into stone. Now people beg for TikTok likes. Different stage, same desperate spotlight.
Not all lust is physical. Knowledge lust is the desire to know more, to understand everything, and more importantly, to use that knowledge as power. It's not just about learning for growth. It's about wielding that knowledge over others, showing off your intellectual superiority. Think of the times you've come across someone who seems to know everything and isn't shy about reminding you of it. Knowledge lust can make learning more about feeding the ego than expanding the mind. Adventure lust, the pursuit of thrills. Does the idea of routine make you restless? Adventure lust is that insatiable desire for the unknown, the thrill of the new. It's why some people live for travel, extreme sports, or constant novelty. They're always looking for the next big thing, the next rush. The problem with adventure lust, it can lead to a never-ending chase where the current thrill never quite satisfies, pushing you to seek more and more extreme experiences. Youth lust, chasing time. We all age, but some of us crave the days of youth so badly that we'll do anything to hold on to them. Youth lust is the desire to stay young, not just in appearance, but in spirit. It's why people turn to cosmetic procedures, chase youthful fashions, or relive their glory days in an attempt to pause time. But youth lust can trap you in a cycle of denial, making it harder to embrace the beauty of growing older and all the wisdom that comes with it.
Youth lust is basically humanity's worst boss fight, aging. People inject, filter, and fashion their way into pretending time isn't real, like Peter Pan, but with Botox. The irony? Chasing eternal youth usually just screams midlife crisis louder. Meanwhile, wisdom sits in the corner like, cool, guess I'll wait until you're done panicking.
Revenge lust, desire for payback. Ever felt that burning need to get even with someone who's wronged you? Revenge lust is that intense craving for retribution, a desire to make the other person feel the pain they caused you. It's more than just wanting justice, it's wanting to see someone suffer. Revenge lust can consume your thoughts, driving you to take actions you might regret later. It's like holding onto a hot coal, waiting to throw it, but burning yourself in the process. The problem with revenge is that it rarely leads to satisfaction. Instead, it often keeps the cycle of hurt and resentment alive, fueling negative emotions rather than bringing closure. Aesthetic lust, the pursuit of beauty. Imagine walking through a museum or scrolling through social media and feeling an intense admiration for something visually stunning. Aesthetic lust is the craving for beauty, whether it's in art, people, or nature. But this desire can go deeper. It's not just about appreciating beauty, it's about an obsessive need to surround yourself with it or embody it. This can manifest as an overwhelming desire to alter your appearance or curate a life that looks perfect from the outside. While appreciating beauty is natural, aesthetic lust can lead to a constant chase for perfection, where nothing ever seems good enough and satisfaction feels out of reach.
Aesthetic lust is basically Photoshop for the soul, never satisfied, always chasing the next filter upgrade. It's why museums, Instagram feeds, and even living rooms turn into curated galleries. The trap, beauty becomes a treadmill. The more perfect it looks, the less real it feels, leaving people exhausted from chasing an endless highlight reel.
Intellectual lust, knowledge as power. Intellectual lust is the deep craving for knowledge, but not just for the sake of learning. Rather, it's about using that knowledge as a form of power or superiority. Think of the times you've met someone who always has to be the smartest person in the room, constantly dropping facts to prove their intellect. This kind of lust can drive people to pursue endless degrees, accolades, or debates, not for growth but for validation. The danger of intellectual lust is that it can disconnect you from others. Instead of seeking knowledge to better understand the world, it becomes a tool for ego, a way to dominate conversations and feel superior. Social status, the climb for prestige. We all like to be recognized for our achievements, but for some, the desire for social status becomes all-consuming. Social status lust is the craving for prestige, influence, and recognition within a community or society. It's why some people chase titles, wealth, or certain lifestyles, not for personal fulfillment, but to be seen as successful in the eyes of others. This lust can drive you to make decisions based on how others will perceive you rather than what truly makes you happy. The constant pursuit of social status can lead to burnout, strained relationships, and a never-ending cycle of trying to one-up others in your circle, leaving little room for genuine satisfaction. Attention lust, needing to be seen. Attention lust is one of the most prevalent desires in the age of social media. It's the constant need for validation, likes, comments, and recognition from others. We've all been there, posting something and waiting for the approval to roll in. But attention lust can become addictive, where the value of your day, or even your self-worth, rests on how much attention you get. The dangerous part is that this lust is never satisfied. The more you get, the more you need, leading to an endless cycle of seeking validation. Perfection lust, the flawless illusion. Have you ever obsessed over getting something absolutely perfect? Perfection lust is the desire to have everything flawless, whether it's your work, your appearance, or even your relationships. It's more than just a drive for success. It's an unhealthy craving for an ideal that doesn't exist. Perfectionists know this lust well. It can lead to endless revisions, dissatisfaction, and the inability to enjoy the present because something could always be better. Freedom lust, the desire to break free. Sometimes, we lust for something that feels more abstract. Freedom. Freedom lust is the yearning for independence, the desire to break free from obligations, relationships, or societal expectations. It's why people dream of quitting their jobs, traveling the world, or escaping the confines of their daily lives. But the thing about freedom lust is that it can push people to run from responsibility, to reject stability in pursuit of something they think will bring them happiness, only to find that true freedom isn't always external.
Freedom lust is like daydreaming of tossing your laptop in the ocean and moving to Bali. Sounds amazing until you realize Wi-Fi still sucks there. The craving isn't really about beaches or passports, it's about dodging responsibility. Problem is, responsibility always finds you, like spam emails. You can't unsubscribe from adulthood.
Material lust, more than just wanting things. Ever felt like you just need that new gadget, car, or designer outfit? Material lust isn't about wanting things for their function or utility. It's about the craving for more, for status, for something that fills a void. Think of it like this. You see an ad for the latest phone, and suddenly, your current one feels outdated, slow, lacking. That hunger for newness, for possessions, comes from material lust, and while it may feel satisfying at first, you might notice that it leaves you wanting more, a cycle that never truly fulfills. Why? Because what you're really chasing isn't the object, but the sense of worth or happiness you believe it will bring.
Material lust is basically consumerism's hamster wheel. You keep running, chasing that shiny new upgrade, and somehow you're still stuck in the same cage. That one more purchase high fades faster than a TikTok trend, leaving you emptier than before. Turns out it's not the gadget you want, it's the validation stitched into it. Bona did an amazing job with this video, and you can find the link down in the description. The next one, let's just say it dives into something completely different, but just as strangely fascinating. Stay nerdy.